What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with another video on Arrow Season 5, Episode 12, Bratva. But first, there will be spoilers within this video. And I also want to mention there's a YouTube bug going around, so hopefully my subscribers haven't been unsubscribed. But if you have, subscribe again. So this episode was very interesting, a lot of character development, and some things that I didn't see coming, and the Russian flashbacks and present day, it's all starting to make sense. So the episode started with them being back 5 years ago in Russian flashbacks, where essentially Talia Ghul is teaching Oliver to become the Hood and give him that confidence that he needs to become the Hood to save his own city, which is quite interesting. So we get Lance back in Arrow. I feel like Lance has been missing from this show. I feel like he's one of the best characters in the show. He's highly underrated. So he's been in rehab for the last 6 to 8 weeks, I think. So he's come back and he requests a meeting, kind of interview with Susan Williams, who ironically is in the office speaking with Oliver. So they head to Russia this episode, and Oliver gets punched in the face by KG Beast, Anatoly, because of what happened. Basically 3 years ago, Oliver's kind of bravart kind of contact in Starling City was killed because of something Oliver done by Deathstroke. So Anatoly is pissed off at him, saying you shouldn't have come back to Russia. So that was quite interesting, as the trailer from this episode kind of left me kind of thinking, oh, what did Oliver do to piss him off? So Oliver goes to Anatoly for a favor, but within the Brotherhood, you don't get a favor unless you give a favor. So he says he's not going to help him, but he does basically tell him to move fast, as the people they are dealing with don't mess around. So they're trying to track down Walker. Walker was the commanding officer who set John Diggle up, basically. So that's like the premise of this whole episode. But what I think is really interesting is it's kind of cool how we get to see Oliver becoming the Hood. He's not quite there yet as the Green Arrow, but I think in another episode or two, he will be the Arrow. So they're all in Russia. Felicity is trying to hack where they kind of find out where Walker is, and Dinah is basically showing her strength, her canary cry, seeing how strong it is. And I really like this character. She's got a lot of stick for no reason, as they've not called the Black Canary or anything. She's just a new team member, so I'm really liking her. So if you remember last week's episode, Felicity got the stick to help John Diggle out, and she's using it in ways where she shouldn't. So she makes out she's got a contact. She basically blackmails someone to get the information that is needed. But we knew she would, as in an interview, Guggenheim said that she's going to go down a kind of dark path. So eventually Oliver goes to Anatoly and he does a favor to get a favor, and then he gets the location because he'd rather do the dark thing than let John Diggle and Felicity go down a dark path, which is interesting. And we get this kind of intimate moment between Dinah and Oliver, where she's saying everyone does bad things, you're not a bad person, they look up to you, they listen to you. So this is the kind of closest thing we've got to a kind of intimate kind of get to know Dinah kind of scene at the moment, which I don't really feel like we need to get to know her, as if she's going to be part of the main cast for this series and the next season, we will get to know. So eventually they find out where the bomb is, and the only way to save it, because Felicity can't stop it, is for Ragman to inhale the bomb, similar to kind of what happened on Haven Rock, in his Ragman suit, which was kind of cool. We got a lot of scenes with Ragman in this episode, a lot of kind of character development that a lot of people feel like the Ragman has been wasted, seeing as he's the most powerful person within Team Arrow and his powers have been wasted. So what was coming next, I didn't actually see. So the Ragman suit, sorry, I don't know what it's called. Please let me know down below if you know what the rag suit is actually called. It's basically broken now, and then essentially Ragman, it looks like Rory kind of leaves the show, which I didn't really see coming, but I did actually think they would be doing some kind of Ragman goes to Haven Rock. So I don't think this is the last of Ragman that we're going to see. So he just kind of disappears at the end of the season. Comment down below if you know what's going on with him, or what's coming up next. But I hope this isn't the last that we see of him. So Anatoly gets beat up, and basically this is going to be the premise, the kind of start of kind of Oliver taking down and killing who I believe will be Kovar. So then Felicity gets a text from the person that was linked with Helix, last week, and she says, "Don't let this be the start." And Felicity texts a message back saying, "Don't worry," or I don't plan on it. So this is telling you that she's going to go down a very, very dark path this year, which for me is going to be interesting, as I feel she's always lacked as being a side character and never really had her own independent storyline, and I feel like she's going to have that storyline this year. But Anatoly says something really, really awesome. So he says you never really leave the Brotherhood. Then it pans to the Russian bottle. Then remember that kind of Susan Williams had the Russian bottle. So it's all connected. This Russian bottle is a metaphor for something. So Susan Williams is in bed with Oliver. She keeps asking about his past, but he won't tell her. Obviously, she knows that he wasn't in kind of the island all that time. And obviously, the ending scenes for me was awesome. So this PI, private investigator, who is investigating at the Oliver, kind of says everyone in this picture was in Russia. So she knows that he was definitely in Russia. But this isn't even the interesting part. The interesting part, seeing as this hooded guy appeared in Russia the same time that Oliver was in Russia. So like I said, I sent a tweet out before the episode saying I'm 90% sure that Susan will find out that Oliver is the Arrow this episode, and she indirectly did find this out. So this is awesome. So how is this going to pan out? Like, guys, let me know down below. It could either pan out like that Susan's going to exploit him in the media to become a good journalist, or she's going to stick by his side and hide his identity. Either way, Arrow is looking pretty sick for the next couple of episodes. Anyway, guys, I'm Warstu. This has been a video breakdown for episode 12, and we'll see you in another video later on, guys. Peace out. Enjoy your day.